Today we're going to be making one of my absolute favorite sweet treats. First we're going to start off with a muffin pan. We're going to line these with cupcake liners. I love these because they're easy. You can get them at the store all the time, but I just love making them myself just because I can make them my size. We're going to fill each one of these cups with semi-sweet morsels. Only about a third of the way though. We don't want to fill the entire thing. We just want to get a good little base layer going. What we're going to be making today is basically a giant peanut butter cup times 12 because that's the way we do it over here at the James B Show. So you're just going to go ahead and put those little morsels right down there in the bottom of each one of these cups. And we've already got the oven preheated. We're going to set those aside while we get ready for our peanut butter layer. Okay, so it's going to be chocolate, peanut butter, chocolate. First, we start with our peanut butter. I love Peter Pan. That's the stuff that my mama bought whenever I was a kid, and I absolutely love it. Jif's great, Skippy's wonderful, but Peter Pan is the one that I love. You're going to get a little powdered sugar on top of that as well, and then you're going to add just a little bit of heavy whipping cream. Now, these kind of things, you're going to put in 2 tablespoons of the whipping cream. You're going to put in a cup of the confectioner's sugar, and you're going to get about a cup of the peanut butter as well. If for whatever reason this runs out or you need more, you just double the recipe. Easy peasy, however you go. You can make them just as peanut buttery or as chocolatey as you like. This is just what's going to be in the middle of this sandwich cup that we're going to be making today. Now, once this gets all well mixed, what we're going to do is take our plastic spatula and get it down into the bottom of the bowl. We want to make sure that we've got it all in one general location so we can reach it easily, so we can put that on top of our chocolate layer. Speaking of, let's go ahead and get those back out here. Now we're just going to put a dollop of the peanut butter right there on top of all of our chocolate and just go all the way around. Super simple. My goodness, it's so easy. Now folks ask me like, well, Bullard, why don't you just go ahead and put just plain peanut butter in the middle? Well, you could, but that gets a little messy. You need those other ingredients to make sure that this all sticks together and so it doesn't run all over the place, okay? Peanut butter tends to be a little bit runny whenever it gets hot, and whenever you add the confectioner's sugar and the cream to it, it'll bake more and it'll stay in one spot. Now then what we're going to do is go ahead and flatten that out to make that beautiful middle layer, because we want to make sure that it goes to the sides, just like we always do. You know, hit the corners, hit the sides. No corners in these clearly, but do make sure that you go ahead and press that down so you've got a full solid layer all the way between your chocolate layers. Beautiful. And just go all the way around. Now, you can butter your fingers if you want to make sure that this doesn't stick. You can also put a little flour on your fingertips if you want to make sure that that peanut butter concoction doesn't stick to you while you're flattening them down. It just depends on what kind of peanut butter you're using. If you're using a natural peanut butter, the natural oils in that one will probably go ahead and make it, pretty good as far as non-stick goes. But if you're using something like a Jif or a Skippy or a Peter Pan like we are here, it might behoove you to go ahead and put a little bit of an oil or grease on the end of your fingertips and maybe some flour just to make sure they don't stick while you're trying to press them down. Beautiful. Look at that, how nice. Now then, to go on top of all this, we're going to put one more layer of those semi-sweet morsels. Super, super easy. Look how beautiful that is. We've got our oven temp set at 400. It's been preheating the entire time we've been making this. So they're ready to go in and it's not going to take long at all. You're going to put them in there for about maybe 5-10 minutes, just long enough to get everything nice and squishy on the top. Look at that, how beautiful. And then you're going to take something as simple as a teaspoon or tablespoon and just smooth that chocolate down. See how easy that is? And beautiful. I wish you'd look at that finish. It's so pretty. Semi-sweet morsels are great for something like this. If you want to use baking chocolate, you can, but I think that's just going to a lot of trouble and expense. You don't need to. Chocolate chips do just as well. Just go ahead and put them on there. They melt like a dream, and then whenever you put that spoon to it, again, it just goes right to it. Now, whenever we get all these good and smooth down, what we're going to do is put them in the freezer for about half an hour just to make sure they solidified. If you want to put them in there overnight, great. Some people love to do that with their Snickers bars. We are a big fan of that if that's how you prefer it. It just depends on whether you like them a little bit more solid or if you like a little more melty. I like to eat them messy. I do. So I'm only going to put them in there for about maybe 20-30 minutes. Then whenever they come out, they're still nice and solid, but they're not all the way just rock hard. And then that way it'll get just a little bit on my fingertips while I'm eating it and won't break my teeth. I tell you what, sometimes I just like a little bit of an easy sweet treat, and if you freeze them, sometimes it takes a hot second for those to thaw before they're really good to be able to be eaten again. So like we're seeing here, you just smooth out the last few of those, get as smooth a top as you can. Look at that, how beautiful. Oh my goodness. And then you put them in the freezer, literally 20-30 minutes, and you're good to go overnight if you want something a little bit more solid. But in just a minute, we've made our own peanut butter cups. Eat up, y'all. Woo!